Hello everyone, Dominic here, and today we're going to be talking about how to stop blaming your partner or boyfriend for your unhappiness. And we're going to be doing this by understanding three things, which is that the first one is that your boyfriend or husband is not responsible for your happiness. The second part is that why you might blame your partner, your boyfriend, your husband for your unhappiness. And the third part, which is going to be how to actually be happy and understand how to be happy by yourself. So whenever it comes to relationships, right? At some point, some people get to a point where they kind of resent their partners and they're not so happy in the relationship. And the first thing that they do is to blame their partner and not take responsibility for the unhappiness in the relationships, that their partner is the one that actually made them be this way. Their partner is the one that wasn't fulfilling them. That's why they are in a situation where they're very unhappy, which is somewhat true, but not totally, because a partner can be responsible for your unhappiness. But on your side, also, you also have to take responsibility for your own faults and your own shortcomings, which, for the most part, people that actually are unhappy and blame others for their unhappiness is because they're not taking responsibility for playing their part. On to the second part, which is why you blame your partner or your boyfriend, your husband, for your unhappiness. So this can come down to many things, but these are usually the main ones, which is, first one is not letting go. Your partner has done something to you, has done something that affected you in a very bad way, and you didn't really let that go. You didn't really forgive your partner for what they have done to you, which you really need to do in order to be happy, to kind of let it go. And because if you don't let it go, it will affect you, and you always be bringing it up like, hey, here's the thing you did, like, yeah, I'm holding this against you and I'm never gonna let it go. So that holding that in and like living with that kind of will affect you and your whole relationship together, because here you always be reminded or reminding your partner of how they did you wrong, which you must let go. The second one is self-hate. Like when you don't love yourself as much, then in your relationship you won't be happy with yourself, because you don't turn to yourself. What you need to do is you need to turn to yourself. You need to do the things that you love and actually do things that make you happy. And on to the last one, the most common reason why you might blame your husband or boyfriend for your unhappiness, which is playing or seeing yourself as the victim. Many people do this, and people that see themselves as a victim, they see themselves as the one who everybody is doing wrong things to, like the world is against them, that they've done something wrong, that everyone is just doesn't like them and always piling things on them and always doing things to make them unhappy. And these are some of the signs that can tell that you are playing a victim, and I'll need my notes for this. So the first one is not taking responsibility. So it comes down to the same things, like not taking responsibilities, as I said, for your shortcomings, not actually claiming them and be like upfront about like, hey, I'm sorry for doing this thing. So they always blame others instead of taking responsibility. The second one is that people that play the role of the victim, they always feel stuck. They always feel that they can't do something. They always feel like there's something stopping them from getting what they want or doing the things that they love. The third one is they hold grudges, just like not letting go. They hold grudges onto the people that they love, saying, hey, you did this thing to me, you did me wrong, and they have a hard time forgiving their partners. The other one is they have trouble trusting others. Yes, they have trouble trusting others because of how they think the world and everyone is against them. They have trouble turning to people and actually being trusting of them. So they blame others instead of turning to themselves and actually being happy by themselves. So they easily get into arguments. Yeah, they fight with people because they feel the whole world's against them. Like everyone is like so wrong and they're so in the right. So they're like, yeah, start fighting with everyone. And the last one is play the blame game. So they, as I said, they blame others for their own shortcomings. They like, nah, like everyone is wrong. On to the last part, which is how you can be more happy and how you can take responsibility in your own life for your own happiness. So, first, from realizing and understanding that your partner is not responsible for your happiness, and secondly, for understanding why you blame your partner for the unhappiness that you feel. The third part is obviously how you can be more happy. You can be more happy by turning to yourself, doing things that you love each and every day, each day to do at least one thing. This is something that I always tell people and tell everyone who's unhappy, is like, in your day, at least do one thing that makes you happy. Like if it just takes like an hour just doing that one thing that brings you happiness, that over time that will accumulate into helping you be more happy every single day, and for you to be more fulfilled in your relationships. So that's the one great tips that I'm going to give you. And for the rest of this of the information, you can go check out my blog, which I've written other stuff on it, and how to be more happy. There's other articles, but for this specific one, I'm going to link that down below. And also, I'm also wanting to talk about a concept that I have developed myself, which is kind of like the second part of this whole video. The first part is the how to stop, and the second part is I want to introduce this topic of this concept that I've developed. I call it the who concept. So whenever it comes to relationship problems, I always like to use this whole concept, which is the who concept. So the first thing is, who am I? Like, who are you? So that it's about understanding who you are, what things you like, what things you don't like, understanding yourself, what makes you happy, what doesn't make you happy. So the who am I part is all about yourself. And the second part is the who are you. This is about your partner, how you can better understand your partner, what they like, what they don't like, how they what to do to make them feel loved, and all that. And the third part is, who are we? Like, who are we together? Like, how do we communicate who we are to one another? Like, our differences to one another, how do we communicate that? How do we get to a place where we're on the same page, where we understand one another? So this is like the concept, the who concept. So that's the who concept, and from now on, in every single video that I'm going to be making, I'm going to be explaining how you can use this concept in your relationships and how to solve relationship problems that you have with your partner. So in this kind of situation, the part which was the most important is the who am I concept. Is how are you blaming your partner? This is about you and not your partner, which is mainly focused on the who am I part of the whole concept. So yeah, that's it. And if you like what we are doing here, please do like, subscribe, and share to all your friends and family who do need help, relationship advice and help. And also, there's one really important thing, which is like, I talked about this whole conversation back and forth. So it will be very awesome and great that if you guys bring in questions, so I can answer. If you have any relationship problems, so I can help you with that and get to talk to you and to see what you need help with.